Hey everybody, it's Captain C.A. Richardson from Flats Class University, and today I want to do a little bit of a reveal. This is a question that's come up quite often in my Monday night fishing episodes, and that's everyone wants to get a peek inside my tackle bag. Well, today I'm going to give you a peek, at least into my topwater box. Stay tuned. So this video would be incredibly long and maybe possibly boring if I tried to go through every box that I had in my tackle bag. So let's break it down. This will be something that we do from time to time because as the seasons change, so does the tackle within the tackle bag. But today, let's talk about this topwater box. We're dealing with late December right now, and I want to go through some of the colors. We're getting into the time of year right now where there's big speckled trout on the flat because the water is chilled down. So in the afternoons they're up there. So if you slow walk these topwaters, you're going to catch a few. There's a few colors that work better than others. And then you need to understand the sound of the topwaters. Some topwaters are better in shallow water while others excel in deeper water. So we're going to cover those as well. And then I'll probably even cover a little bit of the rod action you're going to need. I know we've done videos about topwater rod actions and lengths and things like that, but I've got two examples here that I want to share with you. And I also want to share the fact that now Mirrorlures came out with this hook replacement where you can put singles on here. So I want to cover that in this video as well. So let me reset the camera up and put it down here on the deck and let you see some of the stuff that I use through the winter months. So let's talk about my topwater box. I pulled it out of the bag, and inside you'll see a wide array of colors. And that's what I want to talk about first, is the cloud cover factor. If you were to have off-color water, let's just say cloud cover that's an overcast, pre-front, these darker bellies that you see on the Dude, on the Papa Mullet, like this Midnight Fossil or this Mangrove Honey, these darker bellies, even the red orange bellies in here, the 808s, they're fantastic for that. They're perfect. If you want to get a little brighter, bring attention to it. If it's a little deeper, you can go with these bright pinks, and there's a few chartreuses in here as well, like this 7M Mirrorlure, which I still consider a topwater. That's all you need are the darker bellies, the more fluorescent colors. I've got some fluorescent colors here on the rods as well. Those are the colors that you're going to look to. Now, you'll say, well, what about the clear days? Well, the clear days, you're going to look at more of these natural colors, and they're going to get a better look at it. So the Skin series in the Mirror Mullet and the Mirror Mullet XL, they're perfect for it. Maybe you might use a metallic finish She Pup if it were a little deeper. The standard 18 or the 11, the Woody Woodpecker, all of them have white bellies. Here's another one. This is the White Night color in the Top Dog Junior size, and we'll talk about sizes next, whether it be match to hatch or whatever. But that's what you're looking to do with these types of baits in those conditions, based off water clarity and based off cloud cover. Now, I make a chart explaining all this at CaptainCRichardson.com that you can actually buy that reference guide. Now, let's move on to the next set of issues that you might want to consider, and that's depth of water. So the depth of water plan is going to require, let's just say, a little bit more thought. Naturally, the shallower the water, the more subdued the bait has to be. So it's going to be a smaller topwater. Let's just say the deeper the water, or the darker the light, and you're fishing a little deeper where you're trying to pull them up, well, then you're going to have to use a much larger topwater or a noisier topwater. So let's go to the box and see what we have in that category. When I'm fishing a little deeper and I'm talking just a little deeper, the 3.5 to 5 foot range. This line of baits right in here, these are the Top Dog Juniors. They do an excellent job, a really, really good job. So that's something that you're going to have to really work with. Now, if we move to much deeper water, let's just say 6, 8, 9, even sometimes 10 feet of water, then these much larger or louder baits like the full-size she-dog, the Papa, this is the big Papa mullet here. It's a very big bait. These are the he-dogs in metallic finishes, and they have a very loud rattle in them. That's where this line of baits is going to come in handy. I use this a lot in the dark, and I use this a lot in choppy water because they get a little bit more attention. This is more the mid-range depth. These baits in here I typically use in under 4 feet of water. So that's what you really have to focus on. It's the depth that makes the most sense to me. This one here is a little splashier bait. It's kind of a floater diver. This is the 7M Classic, and I have it in a pretty subdued color, and then I have it again in a really flashy color based on sky conditions and water clarity. But this bait here is excellent whether I'm fishing shallow or deep because it doesn't have a super loud rattle. Now we'll do another video where we talk about silent topwater baits, and those are soft plastic ones. But here the quietest ones I'm going to have are going to be the 7M and this little skin series in the mirror mullet. Those are great little baits when I'm fishing super clear water, sunny skies, and shallow. All right, let's kind of wrap this one up now. Whether we're talking about splashy, loud, create a ruckus style topwaters or the very subtle topwaters, there's a couple of things you need to know. Let's just talk briefly about what rod you might need. Now when I'm fishing a little bit larger topwater, I like to fish plug rod. And this particular rod is the Falcon Clearwater series. It's a 6'10" medium heavy. 6'10" length is perfect. I mean perfect for working the bait down and be able to get a little bit more thump out of it. This rod has a little bit more backbone, probably like a 6-power. It's a perfect 6-power rod. I like this rod. It does a fantastic job for me. I work it on a very short leader. Now, when it comes to working those medium size, like the Top Pup or the Mirror Mullet XL, or even the little She Pup, the smaller topwaters, I typically will work on spinning gear. This one I have a Shimano Stratic. This is a 3000 XG, so it picks up just about the right amount of line. And this is a 7-foot coastal Clearwater from Falcon as well, in their Clearwater series. I use this rod a lot for spoon fishing, but it's excellent for throwing topwaters as well. 7 foot's not too long. That's about the limit I like to go for topwater. But on spinning gear, this rod's a little softer. It's more in the 5-power range. Even though it's a medium heavy, it's in the 5-power range. And I feel like it does a really, really good job for walking style baits or chugging style baits because it has just enough flex in the rod itself to give the bait a ton of action without you having to work so hard. Now, one last thing. MirrorLure came out with a hook replacement set. This is a must. You got to get these. You don't have to use them all the time, but there's certain situations where they really come in handy. I've done some videos on these, so check them out in the description down below. Now let's move on to the last portion of this little video. So I hope this little video really gave you a better idea of what you need in your topwater box. For me, this topwater box covers me from 1 foot to 10 foot. It ultimately does. And the little bit of insight that I did give you as far as colors go and sound goes, remember, if you're looking to draw strikes on the pre-front stuff, the darker bellies work better. If you're looking on the crystal clear days, the skin series or the whiter bellies or the bone bellies work better. If you're in deeper water, the louder, splashier, more obnoxious topwaters are a little bit better in the deeper water. Whereas in the shallow water, the more subtle baits, the Mirror Mullet XL, the 7M, they're better in that shallower water. They do a good job and you work them slow. But hopefully these little tips will put a few more fish in your box. Look Look forward to teaching you my soft plastic topwater tip that's going to probably come up in the next week or so. That's going to be a big advantage. Hey, if you like these tips and you like what you're seeing here at Flats Class University and Flats Class YouTube, please hit the thumbs up button. We need all the help we can get. And share these. I would love you to share them with your fishing buddies. And subscribe. Please subscribe and watch all of our Flats Class University videos on waypointtv.com. Until next time, Captain CA signing off.